What's up guys, Dr. McDangles back here with another video, and this is the NHL Franchise Mode series with the Nebraska Bucks as we get into the off season for the 2027-2028 season after winning the Stanley Cup, guys. If you actually did miss the last episode, be sure to go ahead and check that out so you are all caught up to date and how we did indeed win the Stanley Cup this past season. We're going to get into the draft, re-signing phase, free agents, as well as taking a look at the award winners for this past season. So we'll get into that here in just a minute. Again, if you guys did miss the last episode, I'll drop a card in the top right hand corner so you guys can go check that out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the retired players and we'll get into the draft. And before we do get into the draft here, guys, this is the draft lottery results as Nashville gets hosed. The top teams are getting hosed here with those top picks. LA gets the top pick, New Jersey moves up to number 2, Arizona to 3, Nashville down to 4. So crazy shakeup there, guys, with the draft lottery results. As we're about to get a look here at the retired players, it's always interesting to see who retires, and Sidney Crosby finally calling it a career, guys. What a career it was. Over 1,500 games played, almost 2,000 points from Sidney Crosby, and we have a lot of big-time retirees here. We've got Patrick Kane putting up 1,800 points in 1,600 games, Steven Stamkos, John Tavares, Brad Marchand, Ryan O'Reilly, who actually finished his career with the team he started with, which was Buffalo, Matt Duchene, Erik Karlsson, free agent, Drew Doughty, Max Pacioretty, Victor Hedman, Pietrangelo, Braden Shen, Jeff Skinner, actually finishing his career with the team he started as well. Marcus Johansson, Jonathan Marchessault, Mikael Granlund, Andre Palat, Killorn, Brock Nelson, Kyle Turris, Nick Leddy, Connor Sheary, Jared Spurgeon, Jake Gardner, Eric Holla, Nick Bukestad, Jake Muzzin, Matt Nieto, Jonas Donskoy, Dmitry Orlov, and the list keeps going on and on. We've got crazy retirees. It's very crazy to see some of these players. We've got another Granlund. That might be his brother. I don't know if it is or not. Cedric Paquette, Jimmy Vesey, the stud Vesey. Actually, how old is he in this sim? He's 35 years old, so a lot of guys getting pretty old and calling it a career. Let's take a look at goaltenders here. Braden Holtby ending his career with Pittsburgh. Markstrom, Kemper, Richie Jones. We've got that's pretty much it for the big goaltenders, so nothing crazy for goaltender retirees, I would say. As we get into the sim here some more, Ryan O'Reilly can now be a coach for the Sabres. We've got some coach retirements. I don't think anybody should be ours, and they aren't, which is great. So don't have to re-sign any coaches, don't need to do any draft interviews. Pro Scout on the line, and we are at the draft here, guys. So before we do get into the draft, we'll take a look at the draft class, and we've got the top 2 players, which we're most likely not even going to get a chance to get. So we're going to be down in the 30s range, and it looks like there's not going to be any big-time players down in this range. I don't want defensemen. Again, we're going to be down here. This guy right here, Vitaly I don't even know how to say his name. We'll just go with Vitaly. He is a sniper, elite 3. He is injury prone, but Jakub Voracek is his build type. That might be somebody we could possibly try and trade up to, because it looks like he might be the best snipe out of the low rounds of the draft, it looks like here. So let's put a pin on him. Got a playmaker here, John Beliveau, 3 years out, injury prone as well. Let's take a look at his stats. 65 and 63, and this kid here, he put up 9 points in 40 games, so can't really tell too much. He is 18 years old. That might be somebody we're gonna have to try and go for, but we do have a gem or 2 scouted in this draft. We've got this Ernest kid, but he's only AHL top 6, which I don't really want to give up a second round pick for that. And then we've got a late pick here, Alex Zanon, top 6 forward, medium or low potentially. He's a sniper. I feel like that'd be a great little snipe to add possibly to our AHL squad. So that's some guys to look out for in the draft. I don't feel like we need to make any trades at the draft to maybe move up. unless a team is willing to trade away a pick, which it doesn't look like they are willing to do so. So we definitely want to trade up our first pick, maybe move up, I think maybe to Detroit for the 23rd overall pick. I feel like that would be a nice one to maybe move up and get that one player at. Let's take a look at our draft picks. We do not have a first round pick. So first round is not going to happen. So we're basically just going to have to simulate up to the second round. I forgot we did trade our first round pick, but let's see these top two guys here. We've got an elite medium 83 overall Berg, and then we've got an elite medium 83 overall Kukkonen. So that's not too shabby. We'll sim up to our second round pick. Let's take a look here at the draft class. And let's see who's on the board. We got Nico Rantanen here. He's a two-way forward. I don't really want that. But he is elite medium 2. 3 years out, we could maybe draft him. Are our guys still on the board is the real question. And one of them was taken. Actually, I want to take a look and see where he went. Trying to remember his name off the top of my head, and I don't remember his name. If I literally just go back here and pause this and go back and look and see, we probably would be able to find him, but not able to find him there. We've got 2 picks here in the second round, late, and what I want to do is, I think this Rantanen kid might be the play and use him as trade bait if he stays elite. If he is top 6 forward, it'd be okay. Top 9 forward, 60 overall, so not the best of picks. Next pick, actually, I don't want to trade our second round pick. I do want to make a pick with this, so let's sim to our pick. We get a trade here for our second round pick, and plus we get a right winger. Let's edit this and see if this guy has any value. Top 9 forward medium. Ooh, he's actually not too bad. He does need to be re-signed though. Top 6 forward lines. He is 29 years old, so we're not gonna take that. He is on the older side of things. We already got plenty of guys on the roster. Let's take a look again. Always can try and find a snipe maybe at the goaltenders. So let's take a look here at goalies. Who is available right now? Got Anton Niemi, 5 years out. We've got Robert Ekholm, who's 5 years out as well. So goalie's kind of a lackluster goaltender year, I would say. Let's go back here to forwards, or to all players, and our gem isn't going to be for a while, so I feel like maybe try and get a snipe here. Man, it's going to be so tough to snipe right now with not being able to tell who is going to be good and who's not. Let's take a look at potentials, and this goaltender Robert Ekholm pops up. Expected to go 98th overall. Maybe we could get some value out of him. Let's take a look at the second round. Let's see what he was, just to see what we got out of him. Elite medium potential, so that is very good trade value. And now, so we're on to pick. When is our next pick is the real question. We've got, trying to see when exactly we've got our pick. Actually, we can just do quick. Pick 92. So that is pick 92. We should be able to get our gem. Let's sim up to our pick. Hopefully he's still on the board. I'd be really upset if he actually went. We've got a couple of elite guys chilling there. And our gem, he's good until pick 197, most likely. So let's go back. Let's go back into this here and see. These two guys here are quite interesting. We've got a centerman to a forward or an offensive defenseman, Dustin Clarkson. Grit 3 years out. Let's take a look here at Jimmy Boy, two-way forward, injury-prone face-offs, and he's a center. Like, we can't have that. So we'll go with Clarkson here. See what Dustin is. Top 4, low, which isn't terrible. 61 overall. Our next pick number 96. And I feel like, honestly, let's go for another gem here. Don't want a defenseman. Maybe go for this winger, Anton Moreau. put up decent points in the queue. Or we could go for Matthew Dicili, agility, balance, injury prone. So I think this Moreau kid might be the selection here for us. Let's take a look at what he was. I want to make sure that that was a decent pick, at least top 9 forward, 61 overall, so not terrible. Let's go ahead, trade up, or go to our next pick, which is 107, and I feel like this is where we need to take our gem. I don't want him to be passed up. Ooh, or that's Jacob's guy. Grinder. Face-offs, defensive consistency. I don't want that. So we got our gem at 197. We're just going to take him now. Top 6 forward low, and he is elite low. That is a huge gem pick, guys. I know that that was a 4th round pick, but that is a clutch pick up there. 50 overall, elite low. Again, we can have him in the system to develop, which I'm really happy with. We're really bulking up on our draft picks this year with some players. We've got Carter McKenzie here, 2-way forward, 5 years out. Maybe could get decent trade potential out of him. Or we go for one of these guys. Fitzpatrick, power forward, injury prone as well. Bruce Curtis, 5 years out. All these guys are 5 years out. Let's take the 2-way forward, Carter, and he's going to be top 9 forward, 56 overall. So not a great pick. We got our last pick here for the 4th round. We have had a lot of 4th round picks. Joakim Martins from Finland. Let's sort by potential. See if we've got an elite medium, which we've got a 2-way defenseman, Caden Vance, which we could use for trade potential. Let's hope he stays up. Which I hate how we always have the last pick of the round, but let's take a look, and he is 7th defenseman medium, so maybe could have potential trade value out of that. Let's get up to our next pick, which is in the 6th round here. Actually, let's try and start making some trades. Let's try and trade some of our picks here and get out of this draft. I feel like we've made a lot of good progress, and we can maybe trade a lot of our picks to move up in next year's draft. So let's trade our 2 6th rounders. Let's go for seller. Golden Knights are selling. Let's see if maybe we can snipe a 4th round pick for next year, and maybe even throw in a 6th. Let's see if that trade goes through. Trade's rejected. Let's see if 2 6 for next year's 4th. That is also rejected. So maybe then move this down to a 5th round pick for next year, and that trade's accepted. So we get an extra pick next year, and then let's see if we can get our 6th and our 7th out for this year. We don't really need them. Let's actually move off of the Golden Knights, and we'll go here to Vancouver, see if we can snipe their 5th for 6th and 7th for next year. Trade is rejected. Maybe 2 years from now. Will they give up their 5th for 2 years from now? Trade is rejected, so I'm surprised. We're not going to be able to maybe swing that here with Vancouver. Let's see. San Jose is a buyer. And next year, they've got a lot of picks next year, so let's try and snipe their 5th. Trade value is on our side. Trade's rejected. So let's see if we just move our 6th for their 6th next year. Take off the 5th. See if that trade goes through. That's rejected. I don't get that. Let's just throw in the 7th for giggles, and that's accepted as well. Didn't really need any more picks this year. So we'll go ahead and simulate through the rest of the draft here. And next thing we're going to need to do is get into re-signing. Really happy with our draft picks, especially that Zanon guy being an elite low, which is a snipe for a 4th round pick. So we've got the re-sign phase. I don't know. Looks like we've got our head coach needs to be re-signed, which is huge. We also have a few scouts that will need to be re-signed as well. So let's get in. Let me go ahead and go through the coaches, and then we'll get into the players. So we got through the coaches, and we'll see if they will re-sign over the next few days. But let's take a look here at our players and what we've got going for this coming year. And it looks like a lot of our players are re-signed. Vaseline, and he's going to need to be re-signed next year, which will be a very interesting signing. But we've got two of our top defensemen, Sandin and Ahonen. And we don't have a lot of space here left, which kind of sucks. $6 million for Sandin, 28 years old, and Ahonen just is younger, and he wants $7 million. Wait, or what does he want? He wants $8 million, but we only have 7.6 to give. Oh God, that's not good at all. And we've got Tartukin left to be re-signed. We've got Saishin left to be re-signed. We might let Saishin walk. Tartukin wants $4 million. Saishin wants $2 million. We're gonna have to let him walk, which kind of sucks. But he gave our franchise a good run. We got a couple unrestricted guys here that will have to get signed. Aduya, he wants $1 million at 2A. We're gonna have to bump that down a little bit. See if he will end up signing with the squad. We got Wah. We got a couple guys that we could possibly let walk. They are a little bit older. I want to re-sign this Angle guy. We'll give him 3 years at 8. See if he signs on that. I think we let walk, I should say. This Luis is a little bit older. We'll let him walk as well. Jorgensen here. Qualify him for RFA. And then we'll offer a contract here to Quick for 2 years. He'll probably say yes to that. So let's advance a day, see what we've got. So Quick, Oduya, Angle all re-signed, which is great. We still have that 7.635 left to work with. So our head coach is going to re-sign, which is great. I'm really happy about that. Our goaltender coach re-signs, and our AHL goalie coach doesn't sign. So we'll have to let him walk. We'll pick up another AHL goalie coach. And we've got a massive decision here. Obviously, we're not going to be able to sign Tartukin. Oh, man, which kind of sucks. I really wish we could keep him around. It's just we don't have the cap space. Oh, man, this is really tough. Let's take a look. Hold on. We're going by position here. Let's take a look. Main roster, we've got Scheifele, Suzuki, Byfield, and then we have Roslovic, who we could move to his center position. So Tartukin, it really does suck losing him, but we're going to have to let him walk. That really does suck. What does he want? He wants $4 million, and we just don't have the cap. We're going to have to let him walk. Too bad he wasn't a restricted free agent. Let's go now to defensemen. We could RFA. We could qualify Ahonen for RFA. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to qualify him for restricted free agency. And I think maybe we do go for the signage of Sandin and maybe make a trade. And try to get him at a lower rate. See if that works. Because we just qualified Ahonen for RFA. So if anything, teams might bite on that and look to get him as a cheap player to bring in. We got Bendar here, a HL starting goaltender who will offer 3 years for... Oh, he wants a one-way deal. Oh, that kind of sucks. Let's go 2-way for 2 years at higher than what he's offering or wanting. Guthier, Franzen. Let's give Franzen here a deal, 2-way. Get him in, and then I think we'll let this Guthier guy walk. I feel like that is the right play there. Let's take a look. Another coach or scout are they're going to accept, which is nice. Sandin, we're going to have to offer a little bit more money. Goaltender doesn't want a 2-way. Franzen's going to sign, so we're going to have to get our goalie a one-way deal. Let's give him 3 years at $800,000. I feel like that's going to be okay. Let's advance a day here. Goalie's going to sign, which is great. And then we've got Sandin here we got to take care of because we sent Ahonen to restricted free agency. Sandin wants 6-1. Let's see if he goes for 5.775. Simulate this day, and he's going to reject that. Jorgensen signs. Let's try one more time here. At 5, just get in a little bit of a... Ooh, if he doesn't sign that, wait. Can we reoffer? Oh, we can't. We might lose Sandin here. Please resign, dude. Oh, thank God, he signed. That was really scary. We weren't able to get to the bottom there. We might have almost lost him, which would have been really scary. But we got Sandin. We've got Ahonen as a restricted free agent. And we only have $2 million worth of cap, which does kind of suck. And what does he want? He wants $8 million. 8-9. That is kind of crazy. Hold on. And I don't think we can trade him. Yeah, says he's playing overseas right now, which is kind of crazy, but take a look. Career stats. He's put up 205 points in 452 games, which honestly isn't screaming top defenseman. And if somebody offers for him, honestly, I feel like we could let him go, because on the back end we've got Lautner, Sandin, we've got Tavares, Tinkanoff, so that's a nice top 4, and then we've got Rudder, and then we can bring up Julian up. So maybe we leave Ahonen as restricted this year. That might work. Again, I would hate doing that to a player, but I'd rather do that than trade one of our top players right now. Lautner's up to an 88, Byfield 87. What's our cap hit looking like next year? We have got 42 mil worth of cap space open next year. And I'm going to guess Scheifele is going to want to... Ooh, he doesn't want a pay cut. Actually, he wants a little bit of a pay cut. Vasalainen, he's going to want a massive increase, so they kind of swap with their prices right there. Byfield's at 6 now. He's going to want 7 for 1 year, so he's going to want a bridge deal. Janssen wants $10 million. At 33 years old, we might have to look to trade him out this year. And then Richie, Sprong, they're going to want re-upped. Richie's going to want 5. That's a little bit too much for 32 years old. Sprong wants 3, and that would be a nice little deal. Kraus, he wants 2. Patan, he would want just a 2-way deal, so that's actually nice. So we then start getting into 2-way deals. So that, man, it's going to be tough moving forward for sure. And actually, I kind of want to take a look at free agents just to see who's really out there. Verana is out there. We've got some big-time players. Ahonen, again, technically restricted free agent, so if we do get an offer, maybe we do let him walk. Maybe get some picks out of it. That would at least be some first-round picks. I kind of want to see what the compensation would be. Offer sheet compensation. Ooh, wow. So what he would be, he'd be this year's first, second, and third picks. So that's actually kind of crazy if a team will up the ante and go for that offer on him. Let's go back to the contracts here really quick. I know we're set at center. Let's take a look here. Right wingers, we're set there. We can bring Patan up, if anything. Left wingers, we're set there. And then centermen, we're set there. We've got 4 centers, 4 wings, 4 right wings, and then defensemen, we're set on defense. So we're good there. I think if anything, maybe we bring in a right winger. I think that's maybe what we look to do at our cap space right now. Maybe bring in a lower contract player for maybe a bridge year to see what that would look like. Let's see here what they just say for affordable right wingers. Anybody decent? We got a centerman, McKenzie, playmaker. Who do we got here? Skylar McKenzie. Top 6 forward lines. I don't like that. This Grigorenko guy could be interesting. He was a first-round pick back in 2012. He only fits the first line, which kind of sucks. Kadri is out there. Just trying to take a look. 83 overall. Ooh, Evgeny Kuznetsov. Playmaker. Forward line 3. That actually might be a nice little snipe to bring Kuznetsov in for 1 year. He is a little bit older. Maybe that could work, and if anything, if he doesn't work out, end up trading him. Shane Gostisbehere is also up. He doesn't fit any of our lines, but I think this would be a nice move to bring Kuznetsov in. Asking price, he wants $2 million. Let's give him 2-1. Ooh, he might want a 2-year deal. That could actually be nice for trade value. So let's give him a little bit more and see if that would actually be a nice little snipe. Again, play him at center and then move Roslovic to the wing. That actually might be a little nice cop. A little swap with Tartukin. I know Tartukin was a little younger. Had to let him go. Just due to cap space. But I think Kuznetsov might be a nice little play to bring him in if he's going to sign with the boys. And he does. So I think that might be a nice little snipe to join the boys here. But I think that's all the moves we really need to make. Again, let's see if we'll receive any offers here for Ahonen for some restricted free agency. But we're going to sim here. We're going to sim up until the start of the season. So if we have any offers, I'll get into that. But if not, we'll take a look at the lines. And here we are, guys, taking a look at the lines. These are kind of nice lines, not going to lie. Byfield's up to an 88, which is actually really crazy to see. Vasilana 93, Scheifele down to an 89. So maybe, if anything, we could try and move Scheifele out this year while he still has value. I know he's one of our top players in Suzuki. He doesn't fit that top line. Actually, let's move Byfield actually up. Let's see if Byfield works. Doesn't work on that top line, which kind of sucks. Yeah, we're gonna have to find maybe a new centerman for that top line, but bottom pair Sprong, can we maybe move this around? Actually, he works there on the third line. Kuznetsov there on the fourth, which is perfectly fine by me. And we got Patan and Heisha there on the back end. Let's take a look at defense. That top line, Sandin Lautner, is really nice. We want Tinkonoff here on this second pair. Tavares just doesn't work on that second pair. And we don't want Slavari in there. I would prefer having Heisha in there as a defensive defenseman. He gets -1, which does kind of suck because those are both defensive defensemen. So we've got a little bit of a problem here on the back end. Actually, I want to take a look. Is there one guy that we... Oh, I was about to say, where's our boy Julian, who's an offensive defenseman? So I do want to try and call him up. Do we have any scratched defensemen? We do not, so we're going to actually have to go out and get some defensemen. So switch things around, move Julian up to this third pair for defense on the AHL team. Got some things we're going to have to work out with the AHL squad as well, as I do want to take a look at scratched players. Don't have a lot of players, so we're kind of thin on players. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, what you guys think we should do. Should we move on from Scheifele and then bring Ahonen in, get him signed and back on the squad? Or do we move on from him, maybe trade him, look for something else? Again, let me know down in the comments. But that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to drop a like on this video. I hope you guys have a good one. And as always, stay dusty.